Alright guys, as I promised, I'll be showing you some of my new pickups. So let's go outside and take a look at those. Alright, let's head outside to see what we got. Hopefully there's not too much wind noise here. So as you guys might know, I sold two of my Porsches. I recently sold the GT3 and I sold the 964. I got a really good offer on it, so I let it go. I wasn't too sad about letting it go. The offer was right, so I figured it was time. I had it for about 8 years and the GT3 about 5. I got bored and I picked up a couple new cars to replace the two. So here's one. I'm just going to flip the camera. It's a 2001 Canadian Integra Type R. Pretty low mileage. It's got 120,000 kilometers. That's about 70,000 miles. It's pretty clean. It's getting a little windy. I'm not sure how it's going to affect the audio. I've done a lot of work on this car already. Mostly restoring the interior. It's a little overexposed, but I went through, pulled out the car, or I can't remember now. I went through and I was going to replace the carpet originally, but I just ended up getting it detailed, so I detailed it. I got brand new floor mats. You guys know how much those go for. In 2021, the current market price on these black floor mats is about $2,000 US. So they are pricey, but it had to have them. I also replaced the pedals. It had Mugen pedals that were worn out, and I replaced them with Type RX pedals in Japan. Those are out of the RX model. They're also available in Civic Type Rs, the Type RX model, S2000s, DC5s, TSX. The gas pedal's a little hard to find, but that's the set there. I also did the faux carbon panels. All brand new. Really hard to find. That's JDM. I just cover them up so I can drive it around. Just so I don't have to re-detail the car when I sell it. My plan is to sell this car pretty soon, actually, once I'm done. So that's the cluster there, 121, 122 now. It's overexposed like crazy. Oh, there we go. The wheels, I had to refinish. They're a little dirty now. I drove it around a couple times. The wheels that came with it were just trashed, so I've replaced them with these ones. Brand new center caps. Those are brand new headlights and bumper lights. It's a pretty nice car overall. That's my plate off the GT3. I put it on this car. You guys didn't get a chance to see the GT3. It was just a stock 997. Had it for a while, just got a little bored of it. Let me just prop the hood up. Alright, so I did some minor restoration work on this engine bay. Let's show you what that looks like. So it's got a new valve cover. This is dirty now, but this is Cerakoted black. Replaced some bolts that were really rusty, kind of an eyesore. Replaced this, got a new intake arm. It was a little worn out looking. I think it was cracked up here, so I replaced it. Still a few more things left to do on the engine bay. Replace a few bolts. They're starting to corrode. This one's really rusty from water sitting, that one. I'll probably replace just some of the hardware. You don't want to over restore a car where you put a couple gold bolts in and they don't match the rest. This car has 120,000 kilometers. So you want it to look like it has 120. You want to take away the 20 years it's sat and try to make it look like a 120 car. You don't want to make it look like a 0 kilometer car because it doesn't have that much. Having patina on it for value is okay. It doesn't need to have panels resprayed. Once you start like respraying the bumpers and things, it will kind of ruin the value. People want the car as is, and I'll show you in a second what I'm working on right now. Let's go look at that. Alright, if you guys remember, I didn't vlog it or anything, but I restored 99 Civic Type R race base. And by restoration, I mean I didn't completely restore it. I kind of just did an exterior respray and I did the interior swap. It looked like trash, to be honest. It was trashed. It was well used. And I replaced it with a pretty mint 2000 Civic Type R interior. Interior's pretty clean. I don't drive this car. It's kind of like my little Trailer Queen show car. I don't actually drive it at all. Because everything's brand new on it. I don't want to mess around with it. Like, you drive it a couple times, it gets wear marks on the seat and crap, and I don't want that. But what I was getting at was the restoration level of a car. So this thing has 150,000 kilometers. That's pretty low. And what I didn't want to do is over restore it. So let me just prop the hood up here as I balance it on my head. So I didn't replace, though this engine is rebuilt, I did a lot of rebuilds on the parts, accessories and crap. You don't want to over restore a car. So you see the patina, so this engine was like pretty mint aside from it being kind of blown. By over restore I mean like putting gold bolts or getting parts plated and they're not matching the rest or looking similar to the age of the engine. So if you look here, so if we take these bolts as an example, they don't have much wear on them, or they still have their zinc plating on them. So you don't want to like start replacing some bolts, start restoring parts that don't need it. I didn't spray the engine bay or the door jambs on this car. The only door jamb I did was the main the main one here, just so there's no blend lines. Yeah, the blend lines are terrible when you try sanding them out and stuff, so I removed the stickers and then resprayed this whole car. But the jams on the door, trunk lid, the engine bay is not sprayed. This is original. Patina, it was mint. Little mint. Everything's pretty nice on this car. I wanted it to look like it has 150,000 kilometers. I don't want to restore it more than that. So if we look at the engine block, it's not vapor blasted. It's not dry iced. It's nothing. It's just left as is, like most parts. I did replace this because it was rusted and didn't look, it kind of looked like an eyesore, and it still kind of fits in. You can't really tell. But you can see that it's very clean. So I didn't want to over-restore it. Alright, so on to the next vehicle that I picked up instead of keeping the two Porsches. It's going to be quite funny, actually. So that's a 2001 red interior Canadian car. One thing to know about that car is it's kind of one of the rarest Integra Type Rs that are. There's only 185 or 187 of these ever produced, and that's confirmed by Honda. 187 units. That is a rare Type R, and that's why I wanted one. But alright guys, video's going on a bit long. I'm going to cut the video into multiple sections. Stay tuned for the next video where you see the second car. I'm going to go in depth pretty far and show you guys what's going on with it. It's the next major project that I've been working on for a year straight already. So stay tuned guys.